County now, a mother makes an emotional appeal to keep her son's killer behind bars.
It's been nearly 3 decades since police say Ransford Bryan shot and killed 18-year-old Peggy Brockway. Now today, the victim's mother spoke at Bryan's 6th appeal for parole, begging for him to stay in prison. Now, our Sussex County Bureau Chief Evan Koslov joins us now outside the mother's business in Lewis. And Evan, Peggy Brockway says not a day go by that she doesn't think about her son.
Good evening, guys. And the year was 1987. Bryan had just been kicked out of his own home. And so Brockway, just 18 years old at the time, asked his mom if they could take him in. And so they did, something which led to his death.
His smile, he had this smile that just kind of took you in. Excuse me.
We're joining Peggy Brockway to talk about the loss of her son some 28 years ago. It all started when the family welcomed this man, Ransford Bryan, into their home when he was kicked out of his own. But soon after, 18-year-old Peggy Brockway became suspicious that Bryan was stealing from his bank accounts, and so he alerted authorities. That's when Bryan invited the 18-year-old out to go hunting.
He shot Dougie in the base of his head, blowing his head apart, and then shot him 2 more times. He was dead the first time, but he shot him 2 more times.
Now, all these years later, Peggy Brockway is left with nothing but photos and memories of her beloved child. And on Tuesday, she had an especially painful day. That's because for the 6th time, Bryan was up for parole. At the hearing in Smyrna, Brockway pled to keep him behind bars.
My son's gone. He's not coming back. Keeping Randy in jail is not going to bring my son back. But keeping him there will prevent it from happening to somebody else.
At the hearing, Brockway presented a petition, just as she has every other time. On it were more than 1,000 signatures calling for Bryan to stay in prison.
He's a danger to anybody. If he would do that to somebody that tried to help him, what's he going to do to somebody that makes him angry or gets in his way?
All right, now we did reach out to the parole board today. They did not want to comment on the process so far. Brockway says a decision can be expected for tomorrow. Reporting here in Sussex County, this is Evan Koslov, WBOC News in Lewis.